everyone, I am Akanksha Ujjain from Gyanvyari University. I am student of BTech 3rd SEM and here I am representing my probabilistic modeling and reasoning with Python project named Stock Exchange. So let's know what is stock exchange. In simple language, we can say that when a company shares their shares to an investor for profit is called a stock exchange. Here I am comparing two companies listed on a stock exchange involves accessing various aspects of their financial health, performance and market position. Here is a step-by-step guide on how to compare two companies listed on a stock exchange. So let's get started. First of all, I start from a data preparation and cleaning and then loading my file using a Panda libraries. And then we will discuss some info about our data. So I would like to inform you that I gathered my data from a website named Kaggle, and after that by using libraries called named Pandas, I imported these data in here on a Jupyter notebook. So let's start. First of all, I import some libraries which is essential for my data analysis like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, etc. And then I am importing my data with the help of Panda libraries. So here is the name of my data is adaniport.csv, and after calling this data frame, here you can see my data. It contains rows and column. The number of column is 15. That is appear on your screen, that is date, symbol, series, previous close and so on. After that I would like to change some column name because the symbol cannot easy to find out what it actually mean. So I just renamed symbol with a company name which is which enhance my data, and after that I'm calling the data frame as a data frame 1. But here you can see there are lots of columns, that is, and some of them are not essential for my data analysis. So I'm only calling some columns which is essential for my data analysis like data, company name, previous close, open, high, low, last close, volume, turnover and trends. So after that my data look like this, as you can see on your screen. It only contains 11 columns and 3322 rows. After that with the help of function name value counts, I counted the value of these two companies, that is Adani Port having 2299 counts and Mudra Port has 1023 counts. After that one by one we are going to analyze the data or we visualize through it a graph. So let's start from Adani Port. Here I am calling only the data that have the data of Adani Port.df. So as you can see it on your screen, and then let's start from visualizing each data factors. That let's start from a scatter plot. On x-axis I call previous close and y-axis IO call close. And after that you can, by using this function, we can visualize data as a scatter plot. So here you can see these dots shows the correlation between the previous close or a close, and these linear lines shows the correlation. But what about these scattered dots? These scattered dots shows the outliers. After that I am repeating the same process, but now this time x coordinate having close and whereas a y coordinate having open factor. After that the same thing happening here. This linear line showing the correlation between the close and open, but the this scattered dot shows outliers. After that here I am using a KD plot. KD plot basically shows the density and probability of the given factor. Here the factor name is open. So you can see the probability of a given factor, the density of the given factor name open. And after that I'm repeating the same process for the high. And here I'm taking the sample of 30 data. Before it I'm taking a sample of 50 data, but you can see it is not easy to read these lines. So for it I am only taking the sample of the 30 data, and now you can see visualize the data easily. Here you can relate the data with a date and a previous close, like on what date the previous close is maximum, on which date the previous close is minimum. So in minimum we can visualize through this data, that is in year 2011, and the maximum goes to the in year 2021. After that I'm calling the data for the mudra pot, and here I'm doing the same thing. First of all, I start from a scatter plot. On x-axis I keep previous close, on a y-axis I keep close, and then these dots shows the correlation between the previous close and a close factor of a mudra pot, and these scattered dots showing the outliers. After that I'm repeating the same process for these two factors named close and open. And let's move forward. Here you can see again a KD plot. This is here I'm keeping on x-axis the open factor, and you can see the graph over here how it's showing the density and probability. After that I'm repeating the same process for the high, and then here I'm taking the sample of 30 data of date, and on y-axis I am keeping a previous close, and you can also analyze the data on which date the previous close is going to be high or low. So through this we can analyze that in year 2020 the previous close is very minimum, and in year 2007 the previous close is very maximum. And the last one is that I'm comparing a graph between the closing price of the companies, these two companies called Adani Port and a Mudra Port, using a matplotlib. So here you can see that from a blue dot I'm indicating the Adani Port, and orange dot I'm indicating Mudra Port, and by calling this function you can see this graph. These graphs shows that Mudra Port overlap the Adani Port over here, because these dots are just linear, but after that you can see now the values or a factor of Adani Port is not shown over here. So basically Mudra Port overlap the Adani Port, and that's it for my presentation. I hope you like and this video is helpful for you all. Thank you.